Salutations one and all to day 24 of our Scrap to Happiness project. My name is Cosmic Afro. Let's get to something. Now, today's topic I think is going to be a little bit controversial because it's going to send kind of a controversial message, but I still believe it to be true in that I don't think people should actively pursue happiness, despite that being in the American Constitution and all. You know, we all have the right to pursue happiness, but I don't think that's necessarily correct, and here's why. If we went directly after happiness, well, I feel as though it would have some negative results, like alcohol, drugs, things of a carnal nature. Like, those are things that would actively create happiness, or loosen the feelings, or create an addiction that would give the illusion of happiness, but it's not exactly healthy for you. What I think is that happiness should be a byproduct of whatever you're doing. You shouldn't be pursuing something because it makes... you should pursue something because you think that is something that will make you happy, but you should also pursue something because it is something that will benefit your life, whether in the short term or the long term. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think you should ever go for, like, the lottery odds, basically. Like, you could win the lottery. You could win millions of dollars. Chances are you will not. If you do, though, congratulations. Make sure that you have an education. If you already have an education, like, invest that stuff for your family, your future generations, and everything like that. But for the rest of us who unfortunately don't win, and basically supplied the money for your lottery win, it's silly. And that's coming from somebody who plays the lottery when it's at a high number, just to say. Like, I don't do it because I think I'll actually win. I hope that I do, but I don't think I'll actually win. It's just something that would be hilarious to see actually happen if I had won, because we all have those kind of fantasies. Playing the lottery itself doesn't make me happy, and I wouldn't ever want to do drugs, and I wouldn't ever want to become an alcoholic, and I wouldn't ever want to become addicted. Or maybe I already said that, I don't know. I'm a little scatterbrained to get with me today, but I don't want you guys to pursue happiness itself, because that's not going to be healthy for you in the long run. If every day was happy for you, unfortunately that would mean that no day is happy for you, because that would be a normal day, and then you'd have to move on to more and more things, and it just escalates into something that you can't control. But if you have something that is beneficial to you, but then is a byproduct of happiness, then is something that will, give you happiness for having done, and you'll know that you'll support, like family, friends, your own lifestyle preferences, your own hobbies, things like that. That's something that will give you happiness as a byproduct of you doing it. And I think that's a lot more important. I don't want people to say to one another that they should pursue happiness, because I feel that that's wrong. I feel as though people should... Now, this is just a personal one, I guess. This is really just kind of a me thing, but I feel it's important to share my opinion on the matter. I feel as though people should pursue stability, because I feel that is where happiness is gathered the most. People who live stable lives can handle the occasional emergency and do that kind of stuff. It seems to be better for them, and I understand that's not for everybody. Some people live for the risk, and they live for the taste. I get it, but realistically, that's not everybody. And if everybody lived, with high risks, well, there wouldn't be very much of us around. So that's pretty much it. I don't want you guys to directly pursue happiness. There's a lot of things out there that can give you euphoria, but they're not exactly the healthiest to pursue even once, or in the long run. I think that's a bad way to think. Or not the best way to think, I would suppose. I don't want this to sound as though that I'm saying you shouldn't go for things that make you happy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm rather trying to differentiate between finding happiness and pursuing happiness. Everybody has the right to find happiness in what they're doing, but I don't think you should pursue it as your first goal. To me, that seems foolish. I want to get that conveyed to you as earnestly as I can, because it's important to me. No. For example, and since this is running up into my head right now, I was going to end the video there, but something happened in the brain. I'm not going to school because well, I like going to school, I do. But it's not the thing that makes me the happiest. I could sit down and play games and write things all day, but I go to that because happiness is going to be a byproduct of my education, because I'll be able to get a better job and a better lifestyle eventually down the road through it. And that is why I'm pursuing it. If that's a good real-life example to help you understand where I'm coming from. Because if I wanted to pursue happiness, the things that would make me the happiest eventually would die out. And where would I be then? I wouldn't be very far in life. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're interested in chatting with me, my profile is in the description below. Again, I looked down, there's nothing there. If you're interested in hanging out, the Space Barbers group is slowly getting bigger. We now have our own private server, so we're going to start doing stuff on there instead of hanging out on ScrapTF, but we might do more public events on ScrapTF as well, because you guys are fun to hang out with as well. But I'd love to do some group stuff with just the group people and stuff. Can't use real words today. Use big boy words. Well, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hey!